This is dat-man-dooley, but I really go by Abdullah. And you ever been in that moment of time when it was all on the line? That moment is now. Crunch time.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael in the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win!
The Bears are who we thought they were.
Here's LeBron James. He headshot. Fire!
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
Welcome to my podcast. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, dat-man-dooley, a.k.a. Abdullah, back to it with another episode of my famous podcast, Crunchtime, okay? So what we're going to discuss today is the NFL playoffs, okay? We got the playoffs coming up, super wildcard weekend, 3 games a day. You got 3 games on Saturday, you got 3 games on Sunday, okay? What more would a football fan want, okay? Now, let's discuss those 3 games, okay? First of all, message of the day is to keep a pure heart, okay? When you keep a pure heart, life just seems better, you know? When you're upset all the time, things don't go the same way, okay? So no matter what's occurred, keep your heart pure and you'll be good, okay? But that's my message for the day. Now back to the playoffs, because that's what y'all here for, is the NFL playoffs, okay? So let's get into it, okay? So first and foremost, the first game we're going to discuss is the Indianapolis Colts versus the Buffalo Bills. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be dead honest with you. The Indianapolis Colts just don't have what it takes here. In my opinion, Phillip's a veteran, but Phillip is not seasoned when it comes to the NFL playoffs, okay? Phillip could never really get it done with San Diego. There's a reason why San Diego got rid of him, and they're still struggling. To be honest, they would be doing better with Phillip. The issue is he's too old. He didn't get it done. He's just not the right fit for the team. But good job, Phillip. You ended up in Indianapolis, ready to do something for the Colts, taking the Colts back to the playoffs. I respect it. But guess what? I got the Buffalo Bills winning this matchup 28-25, okay? Because I do believe Phillip will do a good job. But here's where they're going to lose. The Buffalo Bills have the number 2 offense in the NFL. People don't talk about that. The number 2 offense behind the best offense in football, the Kansas City Chiefs, okay? That's something to be discussed, okay? Josh Allen and Diggs, their connection is just perfect. It's going to give the Colts an issue. I don't see the Colts having what it takes to stop those players, okay? Now, the Colts could possibly win the game. It's going to depend on that offense to see if their offense and their defense can click together. But I'm here to tell you, I just don't have faith in Phillip Rivers. I have more faith in Josh Allen. So, based off that and the fact the Bills have the number 2 offense in the league, I'm going to have to pick the Buffalo Bills beating the Indianapolis Colts this weekend. Sorry, Colts fans. That's just how I got it, okay? Now, the next game in which I would like to discuss, ladies and gentlemen, is the Washington football team versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, okay? We got Tom Brady going up against the youngster Chase, already telling the world he wants a piece of Tom Brady. I love it, son. That's playoff football right there. You got to get into the other team's head, okay? But just don't talk too much because this is the GOAT we're talking about, okay? Now, let's talk about Sir Thomas leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back to the promised lands, okay? He's got pretty much the best offense in football when you talk about pieces. The man's tight end is Rob Gronkowski. Gronk, for God's sakes. The man's receivers are Antonio Brown, Godwin, and Mike Evans. What more do you want? As far as the offense goes on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the defense is playing good ball as well, okay? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defensively are actually the 8th best team in the NFL this season. So that's already a plus. However, when we're talking about the Washington Redskins weren't even supposed to be there. They played in the NFC least, the weakest division in football, and they did what they had to do, finishing the season with a 7-9 record, winning it all. okay, which gave them a bid to the playoffs. But I'm here to say, even though they have the number 4 defense in the NFL, the road ends here. I just don't see them beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't see Alex Smith making the right throws. Don't forget, Alex Smith is coming off that injury. To me, he's been performing decent, but something about him just isn't right. But anyways, let's see what he does in this playoff game, because Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming for blood. And Tom Brady, I have getting to the NFC Championship, so I don't see him losing to the Washington football team. Okay, basically, I'm here to tell you the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will put up enough points to win themselves a ball game. And that's what I'm riding with. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning 20-14. Okay, it's going to be a low-scoring defensive ball game, in my opinion. And let's see how it rides out. Okay, on to the next game. Next game, what we're going to be discussing is the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans. Hold on. Matter of fact, no, I don't want to get to that game yet. Let me see. Actually, that is the next game we will be discussing for the moment, okay? We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Tennessee Titans, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to be dead honest with you. When it comes to this matchup, we see what Tennessee did to the Baltimore Ravens last year. But guess what? That was last year. I don't have that same confidence in the Tennessee Titans this season, and here's why. Their defense is not the same defense from last year. Mind you, the Ravens at the moment have the number 2 defense in the NFL. Now, we all know what the Tennessee Titans do. They run the football. We're talking Derrick Henry. We're talking a man, a stallion, 2,000-yard back, the 8th to do it in NFL history, the 8th. Okay, Derrick Henry honestly had a remarkable season, and the Titans do have a passing game with Tannehill. They do have a few receivers in which I like. Okay, now I don't know if this game will end up. I really don't know who's going to win. I'm basing this off how I feel, and how I feel is the Baltimore Ravens are going to end up with this W because of what happened to them in this matchup last year in the playoffs, okay? What the key to this game is, can the Ravens keep Derrick Henry off the field? You have to stop Derrick Henry. Can the Titans keep Lamar Jackson off the field? I guarantee you guys, the team with the most time of possession will win this game. That's what I guarantee. So the team with the most time of possession will end up winning this game because they're both running teams. What do running teams do? They take time off the clock. But ladies and gentlemen, I got the Baltimore Ravens winning this ball game 31-28, riding it on Lamar Jackson's back. Okay, you got Hollywood on the back end that's going to make plays, and the Baltimore Ravens defense, if they come to play football, ladies and gentlemen, if they come to play football, it's cookies, okay? It's a wrap. It's done data, okay? Now off to the next game. I'm tired of this. Good luck to the Tennessee Titans. That's my boys' team. But so what? They suck, okay? Nah, good luck to them. They got a good opportunity to win it. But I got the Ravens in that matchup. The next game I like to discuss is the New Orleans Saints versus the Chicago Bears. Ladies and gentlemen, this game really isn't even worth talking about. If the Bears win this game, I'd just be so surprised if the Bears win this game. The New Orleans Saints are definitely one of the best teams in the NFL, okay? Top offense as usual, top 5 defense as well, So it's how do you stop these New Orleans Saints? Who knows? There's really no way to stop them, in my humble opinion, okay? Because the Bears, they don't have enough, especially if they're starting Trubisky. Now, don't get me wrong. The Bears do have a great defense. That I will say. But defense isn't enough. They need offense in order to win. Okay? That is what the Bears need, ladies and gentlemen. And do the Bears have enough offense? Absolutely not. You got Mitch Trubisky. What? Is Foles on the bench? The Bears don't even know who they want in at quarterback. Literally. The best thing going for the years is that the Bears, the Bears is that running back they have, Montgomery. Great running back, okay? Great running back. That I will say, Okay, hell of a player. Okay, that's the best thing the Bears have going on. Okay. But other than that, I just don't see the Bears beating the New Orleans Saints. Okay. So final score to that game, and yes, I have that game being a blowout. That game, the final score is going to be 35-15. Okay. I have it being a blowout. I'm not giving the Bears a chance. Okay. So, next, we're going to discuss the Los Angeles Rams versus the Seattle Seahawks, which is basically the most interesting matchup of the weekend. The reason why is they're division foes. So, they've already played each other twice this season, okay? Now, for fairness sake, I don't like the Rams' chances because of the fact their quarterback just came off a thumb surgery on his throwing hand. That changes things, ladies and gentlemen. When you got Goff over there injured, not playing up to potential, the Rams need their star quarterback to play correctly. They need him not to be hurt. They need him making the throws in order for them to succeed. Okay? Now, when you talk about the Seattle Seahawks, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Pete Carroll over here with Russell Wilson. Okay? One of the best NFL franchises of the decade. Hands down, finding themselves back in the playoffs, looking for blood, okay? Do I have the Seahawks winning this game? Absolutely. Even though, let's just take into account, Sean McVay, the Rams coach, has had Pete Carroll's number. He's one of the few coaches in the NFL who has actually beaten Pete Carroll more than Pete Carroll has beaten him. But guess what? That's in the regular season, ladies and gentlemen. That's not in the playoffs, okay? Playoffs? Okay, we're talking about the playoffs here. And in the playoffs, I'm going to go with the more proven team. I'm going to go with the Seattle Seahawks beating the Los Angeles Rams, ladies and gentlemen. And the final score to this game, I got this game being 23-20 because I got the Rams coming to play. Oh, they're going to come to play football. When you talk about Aaron Donald, ladies and gentlemen, the man's unblockable. How will Russell Wilson have time? But guess what? I'm betting Pete Carroll and the Seattle Seahawks, their game plan is going to be based off around Donald, basically staying away from Donald, making the necessary throws needed, okay? So like I said, final score to that game is 23-10. That's what I got that game at, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Now, the last game I would like to discuss is the Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. Once again, another interesting matchup, another division rival, okay? Did the Browns just beat the Steelers? Absolutely. Was it impressive? Absolutely not. When you talk about the Steelers resting the majority of their starters, now the Browns think they could just come in. Don't get me wrong, they did what they had to do. They needed to win to make the playoffs. They did that. But to win by 2 points when the other team has the majority of their starters on the bench is just ridiculous. Okay? Like, come on, Cleveland. You ought to be able to do better than that. Now, for me to say all that, I'm here to tell you the Cleveland Browns still have a chance. And their chance is going to be on the back of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. They're going to have to run the football. They're a great running team. They have to keep Big Ben off the field. If Baker Mayfield can do what it takes to keep Big Ben off the field, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you the Cleveland Browns have a chance at beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay? Absolutely. Are the Steelers a great team? Yes, but the Steelers are a little overrated to me. Nothing about them is special. But hey, we're in the playoffs and we're going to see what's going on here. We're going to see how good the Steelers really are because I think the Steelers could be better. Just like I think the Browns could be better, you know? But what I said was the Browns have a chance. I'm not going to lie to you guys here. I still have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this ball game, okay? I got the Pittsburgh Steelers winning this ball game 30-28. Remember I said that, okay? You heard that from dat-man-dooley, 30-28, because Baker Mayfield and the crew, they're going to do all they can, okay? But Big Ben and that Pittsburgh Steelers defense is just going to be too much for them to handle. Okay? The Pittsburgh Steelers defense is the number 3 defense in the NFL, Jaws. Okay? The number 3 defense. They don't play that. Okay? So good luck, Baker, because you're going to need it. And hopefully the Browns cook up a real game plan that's going to put Baker in space, put those receivers out there to make plays. But the only way all this is going to happen is by establishing the running game. If they choose not to establish the running game, well, so be it. Okay? Good luck to them. Okay. But anyways, that's pretty much my NFL wrap up for the weekend. Okay. I just had to get this out here for my people before these games came because I got people asking me who I got. Well, this is me telling you who I got. Now, whoever you got, let me know. We can discuss that. But this that-man-dooley once again. I appreciate y'all for being here, okay? Okay? So have a good day. Stay blessed. Holla at your boy, that man.